Straight ahead on ABC Texoma, a deadly crash shuts down an interstate and delays Thanksgiving travelers. Does turkey really make you sleepy? Truths many people believe about Thanksgiving may be wrong. Plus, hundreds turn out for a free taste of Thanksgiving at several free lunches around Texoma. Hello, I'm Alex Belser, and you're watching ABC Texoma. Aaron is on assignment. While some of us sat down to enjoy a Thanksgiving feast today, others served Texoma families. Several spots around town provided free dinners today, open to anyone who wanted to enjoy some good food and fellowship, including Trinity United Methodist Church in Denison and in Sherman the Victory Life Church and Grand Central Station Soup Kitchen.
It means a lot because, being that I'm from Chicago, I don't have family here and stuff like that, and, it's good, that they help out, the community and stuff. So.
It's just part of Thanksgiving for us. We couldn't imagine Thanksgiving any other way.
The meals included turkey, ham, stuffing, and many other Thanksgiving foods. And in Ardmore, the staff and volunteers at the Salvation Army opened their doors for Thanksgiving today. Over 100 people came by to enjoy the meal. Organizers say they were excited about the turnout and were grateful for close to 20 volunteers that helped. But they say this isn't their only day serving meals. In the last year, they've served over 64,000 to people in Ardmore. Turning to weather now, let's take a look at the forecast for Thanksgiving. Alan's standing by at the map.
You'll need it.
All right, thanks, Alan. A massive pileup involving more than 100 cars shuts down an interstate in southeast Texas. It happened around 8 o'clock this morning on I-10 near Beaumont. 2 people were killed and dozens injured. The impact ripped gas tanks from 18-wheelers, but no fires started. The interstate was shut down in both directions throughout the day. People traveling for Thanksgiving were among those injured, and there was very dense fog in the area at the time of that crash. The Macy's Parade took on special meeting for victims of Superstorm Sandy in New York today. A special viewing section was set up for those displaced by the storm. Floats and giant balloons passed by, and more than 3 million people attended the parade. An estimated 50 million watched on TV. Mayor Michael Bloomberg praised police, firefighters, armed services personnel, sanitation workers, and volunteers involved in cleaning up after that storm. And in Washington, President Obama celebrated his first Thanksgiving after being reelected. Obama sent out an old photo on Twitter with a message wishing Americans a happy holiday. The White House says the first family will spend Thanksgiving with friends, family, and staff at the White House. Their menu includes turkey, ham, stuffing, greens, mac and cheese, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, and green bean casserole, plus sweet potato and pumpkin pie for dessert. There's new information today about how the government disposed of Osama bin Laden's body following a brief service on a ship last year. Emails from the Defense Department say the body was washed, wrapped in a white sheet, and put in a weighted bag. After a few prepared religious remarks, the body was put on a flat board and tipped into the sea. Few officers or enlisted personnel knew what was happening on the ship. Less than a dozen leaders witnessed the service designed to follow Islamic tradition. The emails were released in response to a Freedom of Information lawsuit from a group called Judicial Watch. Meantime, troops stationed in Afghanistan got together for a Thanksgiving meal today. The Department of Defense provided video of Army members having a special Thanksgiving dinner. Leaders in the 1st Infantry Division served the meal to troops that are stationed at Bagram Airfield. But not everyone stayed overseas. As George Howell reports from Atlanta, some lucky soldiers got to come home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you're in good hands now.
For soldiers.
And that was George Howell reporting. Still ahead on ABC Texoma, we check in with a Texoma airman's family, how his wife copes while he's away. Plus, our cameras are there for his return. And a cat caught on a power pole as the owner tries desperately to get anyone to help. And you've heard that turkey can make you sleepy, but is that really a myth? And Alan will have a check of your weekend forecast. That's coming up when we come back. Angry dogs chase a cat to where he just can't get down. That's when the owner had to call in some help. We'll show you who came to the rescue when we come back. One cat owner very happy to have his pet home for Thanksgiving after it was stuck on a power line for 3 days. The owner says his 2 cats were chased by a pack of wild dogs. They took refuge at the top of a power pole, but even after the dogs went away, Cliff just would not come down. The owner didn't know what to do and started making calls to anyone who might be able to help.
You've called Animal Control, you've called Georgia Power.
called the fire department, and they all basically said eventually when he feels like it, he'll come down.
Well, a news crew called Georgia Power and workers came to remove the cat using their cherry picker. The cat usually stays indoors but spent 3 days 40 feet up in the air. It's Thanksgiving, and as we gather to eat our meal today, we check in with a registered dietitian to discuss some holiday food myths. Holly Furfer has more. And still to come, a Carter County military wife raising her child alone, and we show you her husband's return. That's next.
They finally gave us.
A Texoma airman has returned home safely from his deployment overseas, but life at home is just a little different than when he left. As ABC Texoma's Meredith Saldana reports, the week after Master Sergeant Gabe Richardson was deployed, his wife Candace gave birth to their first child. And that was Meredith Saldana reporting. And still ahead, the latest stories and videos that you won't want to miss. We'll have a look at those right when we come back. Stay with us. Okay, and a little bit windy out there for our Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it has. That means the fire.
Yeah, it's a neat movie for this time of year.
It is.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving.